Hey everyone, my name is Eric Hopkins, aka Joe. Welcome back to my YouTube channel. So the media and the Democrats are at it again with their latest hoax for Donald Trump. We've been through many hoaxes at this point for Donald Trump, between the suckers and losers hoax, the bloodbath hoax, the find people on both sides hoax, Russia collusion, all this sort of nonsense that has been proven inaccurate, misinformation, or lies altogether. And now we've got our latest edition when it comes to all this, and that is, of course, the unified Reichs hoax. Apparently, Donald Trump retruthed or retweeted, whatever you calls it over there on True Social, an ad that his team come up with, and apparently there was a line in one of the articles in the ad that said, unified Reich. So everybody's freaking out, including Joe Biden. Let's check out what Joe Biden had to say about this.
A unified Reich? That's Hitler's language. That's not America's. He cares about holding on to power. I care about you.
Okay, you care about us, huh? But yet, inflation's going crazy. You can't take care of the simplest of things. But apparently, this whole Trump thing is out of control. Let's listen to our good friend Ben Shapiro.
Well, it's a day ending in Y, and that means it's time for a new myth to be spread about Donald Trump. And it's all of the same sort. There's the Donald Trump is orange Hitler myth. And then there's the Donald Trump is orange and loves Hitler myth. That is the one that the Democrats and the media are going with yesterday. So yesterday, the Biden team decided to get very hot and bothered about a video that was posted by Donald Trump on his Truth Social that included an almost illusory headline. I mean, it's very difficult to see. It's almost indecipherable in this video.
Oh, yeah.
It was just a video showing how Donald Trump is successful. And presumably, they took some stock newspaper files and they pasted in new headlines.
I'll show you that.
So for those who can't see, this newspaper headline says, "What's next for America?" And then beneath that, there are some smaller headlines that are from the World War II era. And one of them says, "Industrial strength significantly increased, driven by the creation of a unified Reich." Okay, so you have to zoom in to really see it clearly.
Yeah.
There it is. This apparently is a reason to declare Donald Trump a Nazi. And let's be clear about what's actually happening here. What's actually happening here is that Joe Biden's party is split between people who actually are pretty okay with today's Nazis, meaning Hamas or the Iranian regime, and people who are really not okay with all of that. That is a battle that is being waged inside the Democratic Party. There is no question at this juncture in time that the party that is more associated with open anti-Semitism in the United States is the Democratic Party. And in fact, there are open anti-Semites who are sitting in the Democratic Party caucus and are being treated with kid gloves by the Biden administration. In fact, the Biden administration has gone so far that they put out a State Department report showing no evidence of Israeli war crimes and said there might be a reason to think Israel is doing war crimes, even though we have no evidence. The Biden administration, Joe Biden himself, went out and called for an immediate and permanent ceasefire the other day, with Hamas still in control of parts of the Gaza Strip, including American hostages. Joe Biden announced to the Israelis that if they went into Rafah in a way that he didn't like, then he would simply remove particular armaments for Israel. So they have to come up with some counter narrative whereby Donald Trump is the real threat to the Jews. Donald Trump is the serious anti-Semite. Now, Donald Trump does unthinking things on a regular basis. This is one of the hallmarks of his personality. It's been true for literally as long as Donald Trump has been in public life. Does anyone rationally think that the serious anti-Semitism problem in this election lies with Donald Trump? Does anyone really believe that? I would love to see one iota of evidence. But again, this is all designed to rely on the Joe Biden 2020 argument that Donald Trump was a threat to the Republic so deep and abiding that it didn't matter that Joe Biden could no longer speak English. Donald Trump was the person you had to fear. So in response to this dumb video that had a headline that is barely visible, that clearly was a mistake by somebody in putting the thing together. In response to that,
that's all it was.
The senior deputy press secretary, Andrew Bates, said, quote, "As you know, we follow the law and do not comment on the 2024 election. It is abhorrent, sickening, and disgraceful for anyone to promote content associated with Germany's Nazi government under Adolf Hitler. Just as it is disgraceful to dine with neo-Nazis or to say there were very fine people on both sides after Charlottesville or to falsely claim that Hitler did some good things, any anti-Semitic dog whistling is dangerous and offensive and profoundly un-American." Okay, this is, of course, a giant misdirect. And we talked at the time about Donald Trump making these rather large boo-boos. Okay, but in this moment, is there any question which party is more closely tied to today's Nazis? The Democratic Party seems to believe, at least at the highest levels, that if they say that Nazis are bad, the only Nazis that have ever existed are the Nazis. And today's modern analogs, those are people worth negotiating with. Those are people who might become responsible actors on the world stage. The Trump campaign spokesperson, Carolyn Levitt, she said this was not a campaign video. It was created by a random account online and then reposted by a staffer who clearly did not see the word while the president was in court.
Oh.
The Biden campaign then sent another statement to Mediaite. America, stop scrolling and pay attention. Donald Trump is not playing games. He is telling America exactly what he intends to do if he regains power. Rule as a dictator over a unified Reich. Parroting Mein Kampf while you warn of a bloodbath if you lose is the type of unhinged behavior you get from a guy who knows that democracy continues to reject his extreme vision of chaos, division, and violence. That is idiotic. I'm sorry, that's the stupidest thing. It's stupid because it combines, again, another myth. You remember the bloodbath myth? This is one the media promoted just a few months ago, in which Donald Trump suggested that Joe Biden's border policies, if left in place, would lead to a bloodbath in America. And this was twisted by the media to suggest that Donald Trump was threatening a bloodbath, as in his followers killing people, if he lost the election. It is truly amazing the lengths to which the Democratic Party and their friends in the media will go in order to smear Trump with the most bizarre and stupid possible things. And there's plenty for them to attack Trump on.
Yeah.
But if they think this is going to win them the election, good luck to them. And this is politics for dumb people. Fortunately, there are a lot of dumb people for the Democrats. Joy Behar over at The View, who is single-handedly capable of powering a very small wattage light bulb using her intellectual firepower. Here she was suggesting that if you wear a MAGA hat, you might as well be wearing a swastika, which is super weird since like 90% of Orthodox Jews are going to vote for Donald Trump. And given Joe Biden's predilections in the Middle East, will walk over broken glass to do so. Here is Joy Behar declaring that you're a Nazi if you vote Trump.
By the way, out there, that hat that you keep wearing, that red hat that says "Make America Great Again," that tells people that you go along with this. So you might as well just put a swastika on the hat.
Don't do that. Don't do that.
Even Whoopi didn't like that, I don't think.
Really? You might as well put a swastika on the hat as wear a MAGA hat. Really? So, in the opinion of Joy Behar, there are literally 80 million Nazis running around the United States, given the kind of voting that Donald Trump is going to draw in the upcoming election. That is what she believes, or that is just cover for the reality, which is that Joe Biden is a failing president and they have to misdirect.
Ben's absolutely right here. I mean, this was a complete mistake here. I mean, these are the type of headlines like they were running during the bloodbath hoax, which again was clearly about economic turmoil in the auto industry if Biden gets reelected. This again, Trump posts social media videos seemingly suggesting his victory will bring a unified Reich. Trump's social media account shares a campaign video with a headline about a unified Reich. Echoing Nazi Germany, Biden campaign calls out Trump's Truth Social video mentioning a unified Reich. But again, ABC, Yahoo, Forbes, all of them misleading, misinformation headlines. This is what happened, okay? Look, there's a website called Envato, and I've even used it a little bit for the thumbnails on my videos. And it has templates that you could use to create thumbnails, videos, intros, whatever it could be. There are things you subscribe to the website and they give you templates. This is the template that this person online used, and Trump liked it, or somebody on his staff liked it and he reposted it or whatever happened. But this is the template that they use, and the template has old headlines from old newspaper articles from back in the day, including in some of our old wars and things like that. So I'm going to play this a little bit and show you the template that was used. A little loud. So there's the Unified Reich one right there. But it's got many others. Again, it's just headlines from, look, 1939, World War II begins. This is... And you can impose videos and images and things. And again, there it is, right there at the bottom. Unified Reich. Again, it says what German industrial strength significantly increased after 1871, driven by the creation of a unified Reich. That's what it says. That's the headline. It has nothing to do with Trump saying he's going to create a unified Reich if he's elected. But of course, the Democrats never fail to jump on an opportunity to smear Donald Trump, no matter how stupid it is. I mean, it's just ridiculous. I mean, here's an image of it from Envato Elements. It's again, it's just a vintage history headlines promo ad, a video template that was used to create this ad that was shared around by the Trump campaign. But I believe Trump's even already deleted this. Obviously, he probably didn't want the backlash and things like that. And I'm not saying he should have shared it. Him and his campaign should have vetted this more before they shared it, because anytime, like I said, the media and the left can jump on Donald Trump, they're going to do so, even when it's completely inaccurate. But of course, you don't want to keep giving them the ammunition to use against you. And unfortunately, Trump does seem to have a propensity to do that sometimes. Some of his previous comments and things like that or whatnot. But again, none of this is intentional to be, I'm Hitler, I'm a dictator, blah, blah. I'm going to create a bloodbath, or, I'm going to create a unified Reich. Oh, you got best hail to the orange man. That's no, it's not. This is so stupid. But this is what the media does, guys. This is all they do. I mean, they take any little thing, they twist the narrative, they twist it to make it seem like he's evil. I understand that's politics to a degree, but this is dirty as hell. They've been doing this to Donald Trump for so damn long. You don't have to like the guy. I mean, I agree. There's certain things about him, especially in his personality, I'm not a big fan of. But at the end of the day, I think he's the most, trustworthy guy to bring us to the next level, to where this country can get back to being good again and being prosperous and being successful. That's all he's talking about doing. It's got nothing to do. Make America great again does not mean bring it back to a time where, like, slavery existed, or, all this sort of stuff. Women didn't have the right to vote. That's not what it means. It just simply means making America successful again. That's all Donald Trump wants. He wants to put the people first. He wants to, allow everybody in the working class to have some more money. He wants to help everyone, businesses, workers, you name it. He wants to help everybody. He doesn't want to just, pick stuff for his buddies and things like that they like to talk to you about on the news and stuff. It's just hogwash. I mean, if you're watching the news at this point, you've really got to turn it off. I'm telling you right now. Well, what do you guys think? Comment below. Let me know what you guys think. Do you actually buy the whole unified Reich thing is actually true? Do you think Trump is Hitler? Or do you actually think that, like I do, that this is all just a load of hogwash? Everything they've said against Trump is like, if you agree with some of the stuff you said, fine. Or if you don't, that's fair too. But you cannot sit there and say with a straight face that you honestly believe that he's going to do the things that you are afraid he's going to do, like Bill Maher. Unfortunately, I mean, I respect Bill Maher, and when it comes to some of his common sense, you know, uh, things he said lately when it comes to, like, the progressive left and the woke left and things like that. But there's a lot of things he said too that is just complete Trump derangement. Anybody who thinks that Trump is going to be Hitler or a dictator, you're way off the mark. You realize after we had 4 years of Donald Trump recently, and he left. He may not have conceded the election, but a lot of people have not conceded the elections over the years. But Trump left office on his own power. He was not forced to leave. He left. So again, this is just the left and the media trying to completely fearmonger and talk about how Trump is going to be Hitler, but he's not. Comment below. Let me know what you guys think, and don't forget to hit that like and subscribe. And until my next video, guys, take care and God bless.